All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division. Jaron Ennis's team snaps on hilariously, goes in on Keith Thurman, EIMANTIS Stanionsis, and also a certain Conor Benn is out there acting like he wants some smoke with Jaron Ennis. So let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, in this Saturday afternoon, we are going to be in the welterweight division talking about who I think is probably the best prospect or maybe best contender in all of boxing, and that is Jaron "Boots" Ennis out of the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States of America. For those that are not in the United States, let me be respectful and fill out the whole thing. And he, his team, several people had a lot to say about what's going on him related to Keith Thurman, EIMANTIS Stanionsis, and now you have Conor Benn, I think, throwing his name out there in vain. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for chopping it up with me in this boxing. You know we do it every day, both in the video format and in the live stream format. So there's always something to chop it up about on the channel. So thank you guys for continually be the support that we need to keep the channel going. Now, if you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Because this channel, even though you may disagree with me on some things, have issues with this, that, or the other, we almost always have very, very good boxing conversations, both in the comment section of the videos and in the live stream that we do every day of the week in the mornings. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you guys can participate in the conversation, which is always robust. All right, so we got Jaron Ennis, who is in the top three. I do believe he's in the top three, the four at the least, of every major sanctioning body. He is a 147-pound fighter with all the skills in the world, and one of the best talents in boxing, if not the best talent in boxing, in my opinion. You got, you do have some really great young fighters that are out there, like Jaron Ennis. In the heavyweight division, you got David Benavidez. I think he was only 24. He may be going on 25. Seems like he's been in that division forever, at the top of that division. Obviously, you've got guys like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. You got Bam Rodriguez down there at 115 pounds. If I'm missing somebody, please forgive me. But a lot of talent. But in my opinion, the guy that, Devin Haney, the undisputed champion at 140 pounds as well. Let me not skip out on him. A lot of talent in the boxing world, but for me, I think the guy that has the biggest upside that I've been looking at is Jaron Ennis at 147 pounds. Now, there's been a lot of talk about him and who he's going to fight next. There was talk about him fighting Keith Thurman. However, there was water poured on that fight by Stephen Espinoza, who said that they believed that would be too expensive. You have rumors out there in boxing that Jaron Ennis, that Keith Thurman was asked as much as $10 million to fight Jaron Ennis. So, and then you have Keith Thurman, who's openly talking about how he wants to stay in 147, but, open to fights with Landy Lara for a championship belt and at 154, and Danny Garcia, who just moved up to 154 pounds and beat Jose Ramirez, taking that match, right? Pretty much anything other than saying the words Jaron Ennis. Well, Jaron Ennis's camp, and you can always go check these guys out outside their gym at this very, very wonderful channel called YSM Sports Media. Definitely subscribe to it. I'm not going to take their footage or their audio or anything like that and put it in my video, but I will chop it up about what the interview says. And the coach that was there, I think it's Coach Reg, that is out of there, was like, look, Keith Thurman is a ussy. Pussy. I'm going to spell it because I'm not, YouTube is real funny. And plus, the older I get, I'm going to hopefully I have some grandkids, within the next, 10 years or so. So I want to make sure I ain't the cussing granddaddy. So I've toned that down over the last couple of years. So I'll just say they call him Ussy, right? Which is also another word for a cat, right? And said, look, man, this dude is asking for all kind of money to fight to fight Jaron Ennis. He doesn't want to throw his career away and fight Jaron Ennis. And they also brought up the fact, well, I'll bring up the fact that Keith Thurman was also like that with Errol Spence Jr., even though Errol Spence Jr. and he are definitely contemporaries, was pulling that act like, okay, young man, I see you, young buck. When you get up there, young buck, I'll fight you up, young buck. All of that stuff. He was doing that with Errol Spence. And so he even went further with Jaron Ennis, acting as if he doesn't even know who Jaron Ennis is, which is just absolutely positively silly. They basically fight on the same network, even though, admittedly, Keith Thurman is a lot less active than Jaron Ennis is. It's like, please. But what Coach Reg on that brought up is like, look, these guys, what are these guys waiting around for? Talking about what this young guy that Jaron Ennis, he's like, man, Jaron Ennis got 28 fights. Yeah, Jaron Ennis is 24 years old. I think he may be about to turn 25 years old. But look, this man got 25 fights, right? Or he's got 28 fights. He's ready to go. It's like, what are you going to wait for him to get to 40 fights before you're ready to fight him? Stop being an ussy. And so, and then that also, we said, goes for Amanda Stanionsis. Now, if you're not familiar with who Stanionsis is, I think it's pronounced Amantis Stanionsis. He's the WBA regular champion who is right underneath Errol Spence Jr., who is the WBA super champion at 147 pounds. So what they're saying is like, look, man, we want to fight him. He said if you can't get the Keith Thurman fight, they want the Stanionsis fight. But look, hopefully Stanionsis, who fought for like $300,000 in his last fight, won't turn around and say, yeah, but if I'm going to fight Jaron Ennis, I need $1 million. And that's what a lot of guys will do. And that's what they're accusing Keith Thurman of doing, which is asking for so much money to fight Boots that they know that fight can't be made, right? And I think that if I was Stanionis' manager, who is Shelly Finkel, the manager, not the former, the current manager of Deontay Wilder, also former manager of Vladimir Klitschko, managed Mike Tyson, really, really knows what he's talking about, has been around boxing for a long, long, long time. If I was him, I might do the same thing, because both of those dudes, definitely Amanda Stanionsis, that's just like, man, that's like pudding pie. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a soft pudding for Jaron Ennis and managed Stanionsis. Because Stanionsis is the type of guy that likes to stand there and he likes to fight. Now, he will mix it up more than, say, the guy that he fought, like, Butiev in his last fight, has a little bit more versatility than him, but pretty much is just going to be right there for Jaron Ennis. And I just see, if Stanionsis goes the distance with Boots, I would be absolutely surprised. I think those guys are going to try to stay put and try to get that fight. If they have to fight Jaron Ennis for a championship, they'll do that. But even in that case, they may well treat him like Deontay Wilder and try to leave the sanctioning body to see if they can get an easier shot at another belt versus fighting that guy. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is you have now Conor Benn, who says, yeah, I'm interested in the fight with Jaron Ennis next. Look, man, I know there's a lot of people out there who are Conor Benn fans, and I don't mean any insult by this, but that is just talking out the side of your neck. That of all of these guys, Keith Thurman, Amanda Stanionsis, who else could be? Virgil Ortiz is out there. The least likely to get in there with Jaron Ennis is going to be Conor Benn. One, Conor Benn isn't very high in the rankings. Number two, Conor Benn is making some decent money, making good money in the crowds that he's getting over there in the UK. And they would probably try to get Jaron Ennis to go over there. And they are not going to pay any money to bring Jaron Ennis over there to whoop this boy's tail in front of his home crowd, which is just what Jaron Ennis would do. There is like snowballs chance and HE doubles hockey sticks that dude gets out of that fight. Anyway, just wanted to update with you with that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I love to talk about Jaron Ennis, man, because this dude I think is going to be a very special fighter. And I think that he's already right about there, man, to be able to challenge either Errol Spence Jr. or Terrence Crawford for those belts. if he was given the opportunity, man. I think he's that special a fighter. But anyway, that's my take. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.